I'm Justin Morris, Director of Strategy here at Modality Systems, and in this series we're going to explore how Office 365 can make your business more agile and competitive, alongside best practices for building an effective technology roadmap. Subscribe to the channel or blog to join the journey, and get in touch if you have any questions. Hey everyone, in this episode we're talking about supporting user experience with ongoing measurement, and I'm joined today by our Principal Solution Architect, Tom Arbuthnot. Tom, thanks a lot for joining us.
Yeah, hey everybody, thanks for being on.
So Tom, tell me why we should be providing ongoing measurement for user experience.
Yeah, so I think, well, the first thing is if IT's job is to enable business value out of IT, and I believe it is, how do you do that without measuring? You can't just say we're delivering business value. So at the highest level, I think IT have got to measure usage and adoption to prove they're delivering business value.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because in the same way that you would measure every process in your manufacturing procedures and your processing, the same way you want to do it out of user experience.
Yeah, and I think IT historically has been a bit lax on that. You make a good point. Like if you're running manufacturing or you're running sales, you don't have a vague notion of the sales you've made or a vague notion of how many units you produce an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's science. And yet in IT, we're like, yeah, you've got some stuff and you can use it, and people are using it and it's fine. It's like that's not optimized, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So is there some key data that you should be tracking for the measurement?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what your project is and what your use case is. So you can't say there's like one stat or one metric. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. But for example, say you're trying to build a collaborative workspace and work out loud, you're using enterprise social or workplace social. So in that case, in our stack, that would be Yammer. And for Yammer, you can measure both posts, reads, likes. And reads is really interesting because previously we couldn't do that. So if you're pushing workplace social, looking at who's engaging in the network is a really good stat to measure, are you getting to people, are people engaging?
Yeah, because that's the thing, if you're saying the objective is employee engagement, then you need a way of tracking that objective, don't you?
Yeah, and the more you track, the more proper engagement you get with the business. Like if your IT project is like do employee social with no metrics and no stats, the business is like, yeah, that's nice. If you're prepared to put your neck on the line and say, this is our goal and this is why, and like business reasons why, and this is how we're going to measure it, and you follow through with that, that's much more business focused.
Yeah, because then you're demonstrating impact.
Yeah, in a real measurable way, in a way that business understands. Like they've got their manufacturing figures, they've got the sales figures, and they've got the number of people you've engaged with the business messaging in the first quarter, for example.
Yeah, definitely. So is there some examples of use cases that you've seen with effective usage of this?
Yeah, I think so. Office 365 has brought around much more focus on this because there are reports in the box. Microsoft's general philosophy has moved from sell you a bunch of stuff to get you to use a bunch of stuff. And that sounds like a subtle distinction, but it's an important one. It used to be every 3 years we'll sell you some software and then we'll go away and then we'll sell you again. Now under Nadella it's all about business value and usage. So the reporting in the box has led to IT being more focused on, are we getting value out of our cloud investment? Typical examples of things, really basic stuff, mail migrations, making sure that all people are using cloud email, but then on some more advanced stuff, so Skype for Business, a big one for us, checking that people are actually using video conferencing, checking people are desktop sharing, like they're getting new value out of the stack.
Right, okay. Yeah, and you sort of tie those back to the original business case, don't you?
Yeah, and that's it. And now, I know some of these sessions we've been talking about Teams, because Teams does so much, measurement becomes even more important, because are you doing a Teams voice UC conferencing project, or are you doing a Teams teamwork collaboration project? Because your metrics and measurement are going to be different. If you're trying to push group collab, it will be about messages in channels and files posted. If you're pushing a conferencing, it will be about minutes used in video and desktop sharing and conferences.
So is there some best practices of how to get started with this?
Yeah, I think look at what's in the box, first of all. There's a ton of reports in there. Like kind of from a business point of view, you would say, think about your metrics and then go and look at the reports. But a shortcut for IT-centric people is to go and look at what you can report on, because that will give you a good idea of, I can measure this, I can measure that. And see if you can find some business analyst or business engagement opportunities. Say, here's what the agreed goal for the business is for this tech, here's how we're going to measure it. And start off small, pick one thing, don't try and kind of boil the ocean, just pick the Teams Group Collab project or the Yammer project or the whatever project, and look at those, drive those, then pick the next one.
All right, well, thanks a lot for that, Tom. That was really useful.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
And thanks everybody for tuning into the blog series. If you've got any questions, let us know and subscribe to stay in touch.